And right now, we are following that breaking news we've been telling you about. Police have a suspect in custody after a shooting at the Jackson County Library in Seymour, Indiana. It is our top story here at 5. I'm Connie Leonard.
And I'm Doug Prophet. Quite the frightening afternoon there, as you can imagine. Police say the call came in about noon today in Seymour, that's north of Scottsburg in Scottsburg, Indiana. In the last hour, we're learning Indiana State Police also found what they believe to be an explosive device. This new details. Let's get to WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester there. They're live. And Clarice, you just talked to Indiana State Police. What are they telling you?
Well, Doug, this has been a crazy event, just a few minutes ago we actually heard the detonation of that device in the parking lot here. We heard them say fire in the hole and a massive boom. You can actually still smell a little bit of that powder in the air, and this is all after one person was left injured after an active shooter incident here at the Jackson County Public Library. So like you had said, Indiana State Police has told us that around noon they got the call of that active shooter and that the person was entering through the front of the library with a long gun and shot into the glass, and a library employee was injured by the glass but is expected to be okay. The shooter then went up to the second floor, and a patron actually tackled the shooter and took them down, and officers quickly made it into the scene and were able to take that suspect into custody. Now, while that suspect is in custody, we haven't heard of who that person is at this time. Doug and Connie, there are still a lot of people here at the scene. There's the Seymour Police Department, Columbus Police Department, even the FBI is here. I've seen a guy still walking through the library here with the bomb gear on. So they're still actively investigating this. They're expected to still be here for a very long time, making sure that the area is okay. And from what I can see, even in comments on this happening and from the Indiana State Police, that this has really shaken up the community here in Seymour. Live in Seymour, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, Clarice, thank you. New information there in Seymour. Now, happening right now in far eastern Jefferson County. Metro Police say a man on a motorcycle was thrown off that bike a few hours ago. It happened at Westport Road and Rollington Road. This is on a curvy, narrow section of Westport Road past the East End Ford plant. Police say the driver of the motorcycle left the roadway for unknown reasons. The man was taken to U of L Hospital with severe critical injuries. Westport Road at Rollington remains closed in both directions at the moment while officers investigate the scene.
All right, well, the weather has been changing a little bit.
That heat and humidity came right back, and we're joined by WHAS 11 meteorologist Matt Breland. So, Matt, getting closer. You know, you had a lot of people at the track today, and tomorrow another big day. How's it looking?
You know, it's definitely a different image than what we saw yesterday. You know, yesterday was very rainy and a lot of clouds. Today, we are still seeing those clouds lingering around our skies, but some peaks of sunshine still out and about with us. Temperatures ranging in those lower 80s, so yes, warm and muggy indeed. And we're still expecting a few showers to pop up, but likely not until later on this evening. Here's how things look on satellite and radar. You'll notice we're starting to see some of those showers firing up just across portions of southern Illinois and over near southern Indiana. Also further towards our east, those scattered showers making their way further into eastern Kentucky. Now in Kentuckiana, so far we're staying dry, but I'm still expecting us to see some rain showers pop up just as we head later on into our evening hours. The showers that pop up, they're likely going to have a few rumbles of thunder with them, but the severe potential very, very low. Likely the only folks that will see the stronger storms are going to be further towards southern Illinois and further towards central Indiana. Now as we head into our day tomorrow though, bit of a different story. We do still continue to keep a few isolated rain chances in the forecast for the remainder of our evening and into the start of the night. More quiet and calm as we head into those overnight hours, but as I mentioned, tomorrow is going to be a different story. We're expecting scattered showers and thunderstorms and also some more clusters of storms to develop as we head later on into our evening time. We're going to have a full breakdown all about those details for the next 3 big race days coming up here in just a few short minutes.
Matt, thank you. More of our top stories here at 5. Louisville Metro Police releasing body camera video of that deadly shooting that happened on Easter Sunday. One officer shot a man in the head, killing him in the Crescent Hill neighborhood after police say he stabbed another officer twice in his vest. Ian Hardwick joins us now with the details. Ian.
Yeah, neighbors by Arterburn Crossing condos called police for help, saying Atume McCollum was breaking windows and acting unstable. As the first 911 call came in, security video showed McCollum inside an apartment grabbing a knife. Here's what followed. Officers Cody Chappell and Benjamin Klingenfuss arrive. They try cuffing McCollum, who has a knife in his left pocket. During the struggle, that knife falls out onto the ground. McCollum then grabs it. According to LMPD, he stabbed Chappell twice, while Klingenfuss's magnetized camera fell off his uniform. Klingenfuss unsuccessfully used his taser in that moment, and when that failed, he shot McCollum in the head. We froze the video there. LMPD's Deputy Chief Emily McKinley said no officer wants to use deadly force.
They are making split-second decisions in very tense, rapidly unfolding situations that are violent and volatile in nature. And then we are left with a family who is grieving a devastating loss of a loved one.
Family there in response, McCollum's family released a statement describing him as a Marine Corps veteran who served in Iraq from 2007 to 2011. Atume lived with bipolar II and post-traumatic stress disorder, the family wrote. He served his loved ones and his country, and for that, we are ever grateful. Now, McKinley credited Officer Chappell's vest with saving his life. LMPD will conduct its own internal investigation, then release those findings to state police and the local Office of Inspector General. McCollum's family has asked that people donate to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Live in studio, I'm Ian Hardwick on your side.
Ian, thank you. Outgoing JCPS Superintendent Marty Polio has a new job. Today, the Ivy Tech Community College Board of Trustees voted to select Polio as their 10th president. Polio has served as JCPS superintendent since 2017 after working as a teacher, then administrator in the district. He will begin his new role July 1st. The process to find Polio's replacement at JCPS is still ongoing.
All new and happening today, the head of the Ford Motor Company came to Louisville today to launch the brand new Expedition at the East End plant, using the slogan "From Kentucky for America." The huge SUV is being built at what is Ford's most profitable plant anywhere. It's where they also build the Super Duty pickup trucks there in eastern Jefferson County. The 2025 Expedition has new hands-free driving technology, which allows you to ride along as the SUV drives itself on highways. Ford CEO Jim Farley talked about the $500 million investment here in Louisville.
If each of our competitors matched Ford's commitment to manufacturing in America, we would be manufacturing 4 million more vehicles every single year in our country. Imagine what that would do to our country. What a job stimulus that would be.
Now, as you know, in the backdrop of all of this, today's rollout, of course, is the tariffs on automakers and their impact on future sales and employers. Coming up tonight at 6, our senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez asks Farley about possible layoffs in Louisville in the future and what he thinks about President Donald Trump's recent concessions to the automakers on tariffs that happened just yesterday. It's only tonight at 6.
Louisville's Muhammad Ali International Airport is getting ready for the mass influx of tourists flying in for the Kentucky Derby this Saturday. Officials also stressed the importance of the real ID for anyone who wants to board a plane. The deadline is next week, May 7th. If you don't have one, a valid passport or military ID will work. Airport staff said while airport security won't turn you away if you don't have your real ID, your verification process will take longer and present more hoops to jump through at security.
If you don't have a real ID or the other accepted form of ID, we're recommending that passengers get to the airport about 3 hours prior to their departure time instead of the general 2 hours. And that should give you enough time to go through those additional steps that you may need to go through when you're traveling.
Now, he said during that grace period, TSA will try everything they can to verify passengers' identities, even saying you will not be turned away at the gates. You'll only be turned away if TSA cannot verify your identity, although he did advise passengers to carry their passports and make an appointment ASAP to get a real ID. You can find out more information on this article. Just go to our website.
The sounds from the track today, you know it is Wednesday of Derby week, and Churchill Downs is taking this day and they are turning it into Wednesday, W-I-N-S, Wednesday. It's sort of like 5-0 Tuesday and on Tuesday and Derby on Thursday. This day at the Derby, that's Derby week. That's all about supporting local nonprofits. Well, 50 nonprofits around Louisville are collecting donations all day long at Churchill Downs.
Yeah, that's where we find our Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Gabby DeGeorge. So, Alexandra, what's it like out there right now?
Connie, Doug, well, it is a beautiful day. It's a packed house, and there is a true spirit of giving. I'm here at the paddock. Take a look. I mean, a race just ended, so people are starting to file back in. You could see all around me, there's some folks, there's some horses trotting in, and some trainers and some jockeys too. But look, today is all about the spirit of giving, and you could definitely feel that energy here at Church.
Fun fact, I hear that your luck might increase today if you actually donate to one of these 50 nonprofits. Just saying.
The Community Foundation's Christina Miller calls it good karma. But the Churchill Downs event is officially called Wednesday. It's a first-of-a-kind day at the tracks dedicated to raising money for local nonprofits.
We take the for-profit, nonprofit sectors and combine our resources, magical things like Wednesday House.
Under the Twin Spires, attendees don their best derby hats, and they're encouraged to donate money to their pick of 50 Louisville nonprofits, including our very own WHAS Crusade for Children.
We're in front of not just a local crowd here, but there are people coming from other cities, other states, even other countries, and we want them to know how compassionate Louisville is.
Also collecting donations, the Kentucky Colonels, who support other nonprofits through grants.
So we're very thankful for our colonels to come out on this Wednesday and support nonprofits, and we are excited to go out and meet them while they're betting on some thoroughbreds.
Attendees Bethany Willenbrock and Debbie Mays are at the track supporting the nonprofit Dress for Success.
They supply suits to women in need who are interviewing, things like that.
They say today is a special day to support the community, but nothing beats an afternoon at the Downs.
I like all the days. Yeah. Every day I can be here, I'll be here.
There's a lot of people and a lot of money that comes through the track this week, and if we can redistribute some of that out into our community and make positive change while also enjoying ourselves, right? That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
A day at the races, bidding on horses and benefiting nonprofits. And there is still time to donate. Folks at the tracks are scanning QR codes to get to that donation page. But if you're sitting at home, you could go to cflouisville.org to be brought to that donor nonprofit directory where you can make your donation. Live at the tracks, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
All right. Thank you, Alexandra.
Great hat.
Yeah,
Great
I was
hat,
going to say, we
Alexandra.
love it.
Perfect for
And
the track.
as Derby Week continues, WHS11 will be live from the backside of Churchill Downs tomorrow and Friday during GMK. Make sure you tune in at 5 a.m. to see Jim Stratman and Grace McKenna out there on the backside.